Doobies in the Diamond State. Delaware will soon be rolling in the green, literally. Starting tomorrow, recreational marijuana will be on sale legally for the first time in the state's history. Adults 21 and over will be able to purchase cannabis at 12 retail locations statewide. But reclassifying cannabis as a less dangerous drug than heroin doesn't seem to be at the top of the Trump administration's priorities right now. Even though he promised to do so during his Senate confirmation hearing back in April, newly sworn-in DEA Administrator Terrence Cole just released his top priorities list with, quote, renewed focus on enforcement, partnership, and public safety to meet the evolving threats of the global drug crisis. Missing from that list, reviewing where the DEA stands on the proposed rule to reclassify cannabis from a Schedule I drug, which includes deadly fentanyl and LSD, to a Schedule III drug under the Controlled Substances Act. Is hope going up in smoke for any cannabis-related company, and that would include ScottsMiracle-Gro, which sells equipment to cannabis growers, among other parts of their business? Joining us now, ScottsMiracle-Gro Chairman and CEO Jim Hagedorn. Jim, let's talk about this first. How do you interpret the fact that Cole made no mention of reclassifying weed as a less dangerous substance? What do you learn from that?
Well, I think he's a career law enforcement guy. I'm not surprised by it. I think there's one person who could change it, and he's told me and others that he will, and that's the president of the United States, Donald Trump, who I'm a major fan of. So I think what he needs to hear is a call from the president or the chief of staff saying this is a promise he made during the campaign, and promises made or promises kept. I think that's what needs to happen. I don't expect, a law enforcement guy to lead with, let's make pot legal, even though it's legal in almost every state in the nation.
41 states at the moment. But Jim, so you spoke to the president recently, like since he's been in office the second time around, and he seemed very open to this reclassification?
Multiple times.
Okay, so I don't know. It just feels like nobody does anything without the president's approval. So one minute he's saying he would, reclassify this or at least consider it. I'm talking about the DEA chief. And then suddenly he's not bringing it up. So let's talk about how this all looks through the prism of your business. And one of the parts of your business is the Hawthorne arm of it, which is the hydroponics business. Everything from watering tools and lighting for cannabis. It's not the biggest part of your business, certainly, but tell me exactly how these brands are faring in the wake of what appears to be at least a stalled effort.
Well, I mean, it's a tale of two cities, really. The business is clearly smaller as a result of, it's because it's it's a Schedule I. The tax rate is 80% on the federal side, and so nobody can make money. Everybody who has invested, like us, has been destroyed, and so there's no real capital available, and everybody's suffering because what we sell are mostly cultivation supplies, and those cultivation supplies are like capital, hard goods, and people aren't investing right now, and that's bad for the industry. Now, the other side of that is our business is now profitable after like a while where it wasn't. So we've had 3 profitable quarters in a row, and so it's not really hurting us, but it's a distraction. And what we're trying to do is take that business and use it as a tool for us and others to consolidate a pure pot business where it's not mixed in with a lawn and garden business and distracting our investors, especially when, it's a smaller business. And it's gotten to the point in our side where it's just, I'm not sure it's large enough for it to sort of take the distraction. So we think it leaves with it's profitable. It's got a very stable business. It's got a great management team. It doesn't have any tax issues because it's not a pot business. It's a supply business. It's legal. And so, and it's got no debt, which a lot of these companies have both regular debt, which is, kind of 15% debt, and they have tax debt. So our business, as a addition to a pot company, I think will really help people's balance sheet. And it sort of puts it where it should be, where it's investors who are interested in pot and not lawn and garden investors who are sort
I
of
see.
tired of the whole thing.
Okay, well, you are the world's leader for lawn and garden equipment and products. So am I hearing you correctly? You might spin off the Hawthorne piece of this into a different business?
100%.
Okay.
So we're working hard on that right now, and that's kind of my older son's number one job, is to get that business placed into probably another public company, but that's purely pot based.
Makes sense, because you're doing enough business, certainly in the lawn and garden area. But what is the issue there? If you'd like to see those numbers go up in everything from fertilizer to lawn equipment, is it that the housing market is frozen at the moment, so people aren't putting more into gardening? Is it simply that at the moment people are busy, they're back to work, unlike when, I mean, if you look at your stock, the actual unbelievable spike came in March of 2021 during the lockdowns, where people really started gardening more. I remember I was going out and looking for mint seeds to plant. I was trying to plant things.
Look, Liz, lawn and garden is super healthy.
Right.
I mean, this is now the second quarterly result where we had really great results and the stock goes down. So I'm going to say I'm a little confused as to what our investors are looking at, what they see, because we grew our dollar consumer volume by 2%. The sales so far year to date, and we're getting to sort of the end of the season, are plus 8% in units at retail, which is what really matters. Inventories are in a great place there. Our gross margins up, I don't know, call it 350 basis points. Our EBITDA is up. Our EPS was a major plus surprise. Our leverage way down, like 1.25 turns of leverage reduced to almost where we want to be in a normal place. Mm-hmm. And so I would say, if you look at consumer sales of our products at retail in the last 2 years, plus 17%. This is a very, very healthy business.
What about tariffs? Tell me if you're affected at all by that. I know you're very American-based in many regards, but give me a sense of how you are watching those headlines come through.
Look, I'm a major supporter of President Trump. Our biggest single import is peat moss from Canada, out of our own bogs. And that is still covered under the MCA, and it's an agricultural product, so that's 0%. We've got some nits and gnats, which is like spreader parts that we import from China, and just a bunch of nits and gnats. Some of the active ingredients are foreign-based that are coming in that we use. And so I think we're probably talking less than $15 million a year in tariffs, which I would say is virtually zeros. So there are a lot of people in the industry who have issues. It's not us.
Jim, I know you've got your board waiting for you to enter the board meeting. We will let you go. Thank you very, very much for taking the time to come on with us exclusively. We're watching the business, and let us know when you're going to officially spin off
Liz,
the cannabis.
it's always great to be with you. Thanks so much.